This is our second invitational video about the sweet spot, the program in Costa Rica that I'm so happy that we are hosting together. Anthony, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Feeling good about that sweet spot.
Exactly. So right now we are just want to extend our invitation to a potentially life-changing 9 days in Costa Rica, where we want to put together basically everything we've learned so far and make possible transformation. Right. And transformation has to do with the body, has to do with the soul, has to do with the mind, with the heart. And the jungle is, I think, the perfect place to bring all this together, since it's all about life. And that the life that's happening there, that we can just immerse ourselves in, is just the perfect scene to take a look at what are we building, what are we bringing, and what do we want to take away.
Right. One of the biggest things I learned, Laszlo, is when I sat in the desert for 3 years, 2.5 years with a Sufi monk, was when you slow down and move in concert with nature, everything else pretty much falls off. So it's the nice, conducive place for you to start to soften and just loosen up, even without, it's pretty much effortless. It's just submerge yourself in it, right? And then we give you some more concrete things, but it makes it very easy once you just, of course, we're going to be doing farm to table, all of that. Everything is going to be organic. You're going to be in an organic setting. So that makes everything else easier, period.
Exactly. And we are coming from a world, all of us, that it's basically in the process of eating itself up, right? Promises happiness for money, get your monies, get your cars, get your houses, and you're good to go. And the clients that we work with are the ones who realize that that's not going anywhere. It's just going nowhere, right?
Right. Yep.
So coming back to the heart space, and letting life in is the medicine.
Right.
And you're the one who can help us through the bodily part of this, because the body is the shield in a way, right? That we carry, that we built up against life when we thought that life was dangerous, and now we have to put these down, right, and to mellow in order to let life in.
Right. I mean, what I've learned in my process is, and I know empirically, the body is a repository for all of our past experiences. So we carry those traumas with us. I tell people I work with, think about this. If you had no body, you would have no stress. Think about it. So because we have a body, this is where the stress is reposited, right? And so then the beautiful thing with that is we can actually use the body as a tool to start to release from the body, and then release from the mind, release emotionally, mentally, breath. We can use that breath work. So all of these things coming together, and that's been my journey, right? So my journey was my body, the anger that I had, over 33 years ago, that rage, that unbridled rage, it shut me down. And I didn't know what was going on. Doctors couldn't tell me what was going on. I had things growing, on my leg and this and that. Couldn't go to the bathroom, couldn't sit and concentrate, had pain all over my body. I looked like I was in shape, but I was in so much pain. right? And so it took me leaving the United States and to sit and get quiet and unravel these things, and then adding a little piece here. So staying with these cultures of antiquity, getting this information, get the breathing piece. So I sat and learned how to breathe with a Sufi monk for 2.5 years. That's the foundational work, because if you're not breathing, you're dead. Think about it, right? So going to Japan and getting the body work piece, the Doan piece, going to Thailand, going to China, Korea, Malaysia, Vietnam. So putting all these things together to release and heal myself. That was the first 10 years. It wasn't about, a business or anything like that. It was about healing myself. And in doing that, when I came back after 10 years, I just started simply sharing what I had learned. And then before I knew it, graduate students were like, oh my God, knocking on my door, like, you need to help so-and-so, you need to do that, you need to do this. It's like, you need to get out of academia and do this, 100% of your time. And they were right. And so I did, and I never looked back. So now I've been doing this professionally, for going on 23 years, something like that. But how to release this from using the body, using the mind, using the breath, right? How do we unlock all of these things that are encoded in the musculoskeletal system, all this psychosomatic trauma? So that's what I've put together over 33 years of work. That's what I want to share. That is my gift.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm coming from 25 years of cultural studies and helping organizations and companies spread their messages, up to the point I realized that I just can't help sell one more can of Coke. That's it. And at that point I just realized I had to get out of the matrix, and that was 7 years ago, nearly to the day, that I started my first training. At that point, hypnotherapy, and then generative coaching and business coaching, and now integrative coaching. So my purpose coaching, my whole journey, as you know, in these this is the lifelong learning journey, because that's how we have fun also, that we can tune into new modalities and new healing techniques, and I'm just so grateful that this is what I can do every day, that I help people to break through those barriers, those narratives that we talked about, that are basically thoughts that are usually pictures, metaphors, different type of allegories, that they use them for good, but it becomes the barrier, it becomes the obstacle, right? My situation in my company is slippery, right? Like a metaphor like this, and suddenly, without realizing this, it actually makes it so, right? And then actually it feels like, I cannot move, and then just using this and just getting to it more, it actually becomes the obstacle itself, right? So it's so interesting that we create these knots, these just false pictures of reality, that we can, if we can crack those, just because we change the way we look at the world changes instantly, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what we want to bring, that to break through these obstacles and get to the sweet spot.
Your breath, a thought, and a movement away from the sweet spot. The sweet spot is so very close, yet so very far.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. So this is the invitation. We still have a few spots on the Sweet Spot Retreat, Costa Rica. You can find all the information below. And we would love to have you send us a message here on the website or on Facebook, and let's talk.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.